Hello and Namaskar. मैं हूं आदित्य जैन and I welcome you to this video series. I have been associated with UPSC for 5 years. I have also mentored students for UPSC and state PSCs as well. So I'll make sure इस वीडियो सीरीज से आपके मार्क्स मैक्सिमाइज हों. Here we'll cover Spectrum Publications Modern India by Rajay Vihar का लेटेस्ट एडिशन. इस बुक को थोरोली रीड करने के साथ इंपॉर्टेंट सेक्शंस हाईलाइट किए जाएंगे और साथ ही यूपीएससी एंड स्टेट पीएससीज में आए हुए क्वेश्चंस भी बताए जाएंगे सो दैट यू नेवर मिस द इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. देयर विल बी 50 to 55 लेक्चर्स ऑफ 30 to 35 मिनट्स ईच. अगर आपने ये सीरीज़ 3 से 4 बार देख ली तो ये बुक डेफिनेटली आपके दिमाग में छप जाएगी एंड आपका रिवीजन भी आसान हो जाएगा. तो अगर आपको रिवीजन के साथ साथ वैल्यू एडिशन भी करना है तो ये सीरीज़ पूरी देखें. आपको बस अपने पास ये बुक रखना है और सुन के जो मैं बताऊं वो हाईलाइट करना है. सो विदाउट एनी फर्दर डिले लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड.
Hello students, welcome to Ghatna Sutra. So today we'll start chapter 5, expansion and consolidation of British power in India. इस चैप्टर में हम क्या पढ़ने वाले हैं उसका ओवरव्यू मैं आपको दे देता हूँ. बेसिकली जैसे जैसे ब्रिटिश पावर अपना मोमेंटम गेन कर रहा था इंडिया में उनको सामना करना पड़ा बहुत सारे रीजनल किंगडम्स का. तो बेसिकली इंडिया में ऑलरेडी रीजनल किंगडम्स थे, सिक्स थे, मराठास थे, मैसूर में हैदर अली थे, राइट. तो उनके बीच में उनके होते हुए भी ब्रिटिशर्स ने कैसे एक्सपेंड किया वो इस चैप्टर में लिखा हुआ है. सारे वॉर्स जितने भी फाइट किए गए, उसके बाद जो ट्रीटी साइन की गई, ऐसे करते करते ब्रिटिश ने कैसे कंसोलिडेट किया पूरे इंडिया पे और जाके लेटर उसको पूरे इंडिया को कॉलोनाइज किया वो इस चैप्टर में हम जानेंगे. एग्जाम पर्सपेक्टिव से ये चैप्टर सच में इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि यहाँ से कंटिन्यूसली क्वेश्चन ट्रीटीज़ पे और वॉर्स पे पूछे गए हैं. ट्रीटीज़ और वॉर्स के रिजल्ट पे पूछे गए हैं और क्रोनोलॉजी पे पूछे गए हैं. कौन सा वॉर कब 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 कैसे लड़ा गया, कौन से ईयर में लड़ा गया, क्रोनोलॉजी पे क्वेश्चन आ चुका है बोथ स्टेट पीएससी एंड यूपीएससी में. तो स्टेट और यूपीएससी दोनों के लिए ये इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर है, स्टेट एंड यूपीएससी दोनों के लिए, राइट. ओके, सो विद दिस लेट्स बिगिन द चैप्टर. The British imperial history. The entire imperial history of British can be periodized into two phases. The first empire stretching across the Atlantic towards America and the West Indies, and the second empire beginning around 1783, Peace of Paris, and swinging towards East Asia and Africa. The imperial history of Britain started with the conquest of Ireland in the 16th century. The English then sprang up. The new Romans charged with civilizing so-called backward races throughout the world. For this, the post-Enlightenment intellectuals of Britain, in particular of Europe in general, started certifying themselves as civilized vis-a-vis the Orient people and others. Owing to various spatial and situational forces, the nature of imperial ideology of Britain changed over time, but its fundamental remained the same. बेसिकली ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि ब्रिटिशर्स ने हर तरफ कॉलोनाइज करने की कोशिश करी थी. क्यों करी थी? क्योंकि वो अपने आप को सुपीरियर मानते थे, बाकी सबको बैकवर्ड मानते थे. एक थ्योरी है वाइट मैंस बर्डन, मतलब उन्होंने ये बोला था कि हमारे ऊपर सारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है पूरी दुनिया की सुधारने की. वाइट मैंस बर्डन है ये, हम वाइट्स हैं. Was the British conquest accidental or intentional? Historians have debated over the fundamental query whether the British conquest of India was accidental or intentional. John Sally led the group which says that the British conquest of India was made blindly, unintentionally, and accidentally, and in a fit of absent-mindedness. This school of opinion argues that the British came to trade in India and had no desire to acquire territories or to squander their profits on war waged for territorial expansion. The English, it is argued, were unwillingly drawn into the political turmoil created by the Indian themselves and were almost forced to acquire territories. मतलब वो ये बोल रहे हैं कि नहीं, ब्रिटिशर्स नहीं आए थे कैप्चर करने, बट इंडिया में ऐसी सिचुएशन थी कि उनको आगे चल के उनको एक्वायर करना पड़ा टेरिटरीज. The other group says that the British came to India with a clear intention of establishing a large and powerful empire, a plan which they have completed by working on it by bit by the years. They dismiss as propaganda the claim of peaceful intent and political neutrality of the English East India Company and its early days. Both the school of opinion appear to be overstating their viewpoint. Initially, perhaps the company officials stated acquiring territories just to promote and protect their trade interests, especially when they saw how factionalized the political situation was. They came to realize how easily they could pit one local ruler against the other and began to interfere in the local politics, and in this process acquired territories. But later on, the British politicians back in Britain and the administrators sent by them to India worked on a clear desire and a plan to acquire territories and establish an empire. The enormous profit from the trade in the East Notably, India attracted the English traders, the company, as it does not Europeans, and as it did other Europeans. A desire of quick profit, personal ambitions of individual avarice, and effect of political development in the Europe were some of the factors that made the British increase their political clout in India. At times, they waged wars to protect their commercial interest, and at others, they did so to protect their Indian allies from the attack of the potential rivals. B.L. Grover writes, Lord Wellesley resorted to aggressive application of the subsidiary alliance. Lord Wellesley subsidiary alliance हम आगे पढ़ेंगे, आप याद रखिएगा. Subsidized system to extend British dominion in India as a defensive countermeasure against the imperialistic design of the France and Russia. From 1798 to 1880, the British motives were consciously imperialistic. Lord Hastings further carried the policy of Wellesley and treated India as a conquered rather than an acquired country. Thereafter, the British seems to work on a set desire to conquer the whole India and even some neighboring states. So basically यहाँ पर दो टाइप के ओपिनियन डिस्कस करे गए हैं कि एक्सीडेंटल था और एक इंटेंशनल था. दोनों ही ओपिनियन हमने पढ़ चुका है. When did the British period begin in India? So in the mid 18th century, various historical forces were at work, consequent to which the country moved towards a new direction. Some historians regarded the year 1740, when the Anglo-French struggle of supremacy in India began, in the wake of the War of Austrian Succession in Europe, as the beginning of the British period. Some see the year 1757, when the British defeated Nawab of Bengal at Plassey, Battle of Plassey में, as a designated date. Still other regard 1761, the year of third Battle of Panipat, when the Maratha were defeated by the Ahmad Shah Abdali. ठीक है, कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि भाई बैटल ऑफ प्लासी था, कुछ बोलते हैं बैटल ऑफ पानीपत था, है ना. However, all such chronological landmarks are somewhat arbitrary because of the political transformation which began around the time took about 80 years to complete. For instance, we think of 1761, the British would certainly come to mind because of their victory over the Nawab of Bengal and Plassey over the French, but we would not entirely write of the Marathas and would probably also consider the prospect of Hyder Ali. In fact, it was a period of Indian history which it would probably be a mistake to interpret in terms of what we know in the present. Nonetheless, the circumstances under which the British succeeded are not clear, and the few bottlenecks which they faced were not of serious nature. It is this paradox which makes the cause of British success in establishing an empire in India a matter of considerable interest. So, causes of British success in India पढ़ते हैं. The entire process of expansion and consolidation of the British power in India took almost a century. ठीक है, एकदम से नहीं हो गया, पूरा सेंचुरी में 100 साल लगभग लगा. Okay, in these 100 odd years, the English used many diplomatic and military tactics apart from other mechanism to finally emerge as a ruler in India. Both wars and administrative policies were used by the English to impose their power over various kingdoms and finally to consolidate their own rule over the entire India. The British were not averse to using unscrupulous tactics to exploit a situation or a regional ruler to get their own ways. The causational forces and factors फॉर द सक्सेस ऑफ द ब्रिटिश आर एस फॉलोज. अब देख लीजिए, यहाँ पे यूपीएससी का एक मेंस का क्वेश्चन बनेगा. ठीक है, कॉजेज ऑफ ब्रिटिश सक्सेस पे एक यूपीएससी का प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन है. ठीक है, PYQ है ये. एक PYQ मैं पहले भी डिस्कस कर चुका हूँ. ब्रिटिश क्यों सक्सेसफुल हुए थे, कैसी मिलिट्री माइट की वजह से, सिर्फ मिलिट्री माइट की वजह से ही आप देखेंगे कि ब्रिटिश सक्सेसफुल हो गए थे, जबकि बड़ी बड़ी आर्मीज जो थी इंडियन रूलर्स की वो सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो पा रही थी. ये एक प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. यहीं पे एक और प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन है यूपीएससी का कि जो यही लगभग सिमिलर लाइंस पे वही क्वेश्चन है बेसिकली, और एक और लगभग कुछ साल पहले आ चुका है ये क्वेश्चन कि ब्रिटिशर्स क्यों सक्सेसफुल हुए इंडिया में. ये मैं आपको पहले बता चुका हूँ. सेम क्वेश्चन का आंसर यहाँ पे मिलेगा. हो सकता है आपको कुछ चीज़ें रिपीटेटिव लगें इस चैप्टर में, राइट. तो ये आप ध्यान रखेंगे. मेंस का क्वेश्चन है, ठीक है. ओके, द एंटायर प्रोसेस ऑफ एक्सपेंशन ऑफ ओके, ये पढ़ चुके हैं. अब देखिए, द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल फोर्सेज एंड फैक्टर्स ऑफ द सक्सेस ऑफ द ब्रिटिश आर एज फॉलोज. सुपीरियर आर्म्स एंड मिलिट्री स्ट्रेटेजी. द फायर आर्म यूज्ड बाय द इंग्लिश विच इंक्लूडेड मस्केट कैनन्स were better than Indian arms both in speed and firing range. On realizing this, many Indian rulers imported European arms and employed European officers to train with their troops. But unfortunately, the Indian military officers and the ranks could never match the English officers and English armies. In the absence of originality, the military officers and armies of Indian rulers became mere imitators. राइट, बेटर आर्म्स वगैरह थे, ठीक है, बेटर मिलिट्री डिसिप्लिन था ऑफकोर्स, एंड रेगुलर सैलरीज थी. रेगुलर सिस्टम ऑफ पेमेंट ऑफ सैलरीज एंड स्ट्रिक्ट regime of discipline were the means by which the English company ensured that the officers and the troops were loyal. On their part, most of the Indian rulers did not have enough money to pay salaries regularly. The Marathas at the time diverted their military campaign to collect revenues so as to pay their troops. Also, the Indian rulers were dependent on the personal retinues or a rebel of mercenary elements who were not able to discipline and could turn rebellious or join the opponent when the going was not good. ठीक है, बेसिकली डिसिप्लिन की कमी थी क्योंकि रेगुलर सैलरीज नहीं मिली तो डिसिप्लिन आप एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर सकते, ठीक है, और लॉयल्टी भी ज़्यादा एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर सकते. सिविल डिसिप्लिन एंड फेयर सिलेक्शन सिस्टम. द कंपनी ऑफिसर्स एंड द ट्रूप्स वर गिवन चार्ज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ देयर रिलायबिलिटी एंड स्किल्स एंड नॉट हेरिडेटरी और कास्ट और क्लैन. ठीक है, रिलायबिलिटी एंड स्किल्स के ऊपर दिया जाता था, ठीक है. दे देमसेल्व्स वर सब्जेक्ट टू स्ट्रिक्ट डिसिप्लिन एंड वर अवेयर ऑफ ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ देयर कैंपेन. In contrast, the Indian administrators and the military officers were appointed on the basis of caste and personal relation, often disregarding merits and ability. As a result, their competence was doubtful, and they often tended to be rebellious and disloyal in order to pursue their own interest. Right? Brilliant leadership and support from second-line leaders. Clive, Warren Hastings, Eppinstone, Munro, Marquess of Dalhousie, etc., displayed rare qualities of leadership. The English also had the advantage of long list of secondary leaders. अब secondary leaders भी इनके पास बहुत सारे थे, जैसे सर आयर कूटी, लॉर्ड लेक, Arthur Wellesley, who fought not for the leader but for the cause and glory of the country. The Indian side too had brilliant leaders like Hyder Ali, Tipu Sultan, Chinglish Khan, Madhu Rao Sindhia, Yashwantrao Holkar, but they often lacked a team of second-line trained personals. Moreover, the Indian leaders were as much fighting against one another as against the British. The spirit of fighting for a united cause was not their motivation. Thus, they often supported British against neighboring rulers. The consciousness of India was lacking. बेसिकली कॉन्शियसनेस ऑफ इंडिया वॉज लैकिंग, यूनिटी वॉज लैकिंग. आपको लग रहा होगा ये कैसे एक्सट्रीम स्टेटमेंट है, बट ये टाइम पीरियड के हिसाब से स्टेटमेंट है. आगे चल के एक यूनिफाइड इंडिया की जो थॉट प्रोसेस था वो सब इंडियंस में डेवलप हो गया था, ठीक है, वो हम हिस्ट्री में आगे पढ़ेंगे. राइट. स्ट्रॉन्ग फाइनेंशियल बैकअप. द इनकम ऑफ द कंपनी वॉज एडिक्वेट इनफ टू पे शेयर होल्डर्स हैंडसम डिविडेंड as also to finance the English wars in India. Furthermore, England was earning fabulous profits from its trade with the rest of the world. This vast amount of resources in money, material, and man was available to the British in the times of needs thanks to their superiority in sea power. Nationalistic pride. An economically thriving British people believing in the material advancement and proud of their national glory faced the weak divided among themselves. Indian benefit of a scene of unified political nationalism. The lack of nationalistic vision among Indians was also a reason for the success of English company. Nationalistic pride. ओके, सो बेसिकली यहाँ पे हमने कंप्लीट कर लिए सारे रीजन जिसकी वजह से ब्रिटिशर्स ने बहुत आराम से कॉन्क्वेस्ट किया इंडिया पे, इंडियन रूलर्स पे. ये सारे मेंस के हिसाब से बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है, यहाँ पे याद रखेंगे. राइट. सो मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, ब्रिटिश कॉन्क्वेस्ट ऑफ बंगाल. Bengal on the eve of British conquest. Bengal, the richest province of the Mughal Empire, included the present-day Bangladesh, and Nawab had the authority over the region. present-day Bangladesh है, ठीक है, नवाब रूल करते थे. बिहार और उड़ीसा का एरिया भी ये उस टाइम पे कवर करता था. Exports from Bengal to Europe consisted of raw materials such as saltpeter, rice, indigo, pepper, salt, sugar, cotton, textile, handicraft, etc. The East India Company had vital commercial interest in trading in Bengal. Nearly 60% of the British imports from Asia consisted of goods from Bengal. आप देख रहे हैं कितना बड़ा ट्रेडिंग सेंटर है बंगाल. उस टाइम पे 60% जो ब्रिटिश इंपोर्ट करता था एशिया से, पूरे एशिया से, उससे बंगाल से आता था. During 1630, regular contact of the British with the Bengal continued when the establishment of factory at Balasore, Hooghly, Kasim Bazar, Patna, and Dhaka. By 1690, the foundation of Calcutta by the English company completed the process of English commercialization settlement in Bengal. The company paid 3,000 rupees per annum to the Mughal emperor, who allowed them to trade freely in Bengal. In contrast, the company exported from Bengal worth rupees 50,000 per annum, euros, 50,000 euros. ओके, और कितना देते थे? 350 यूरोज देते थे. 50,000 यूरोज पर एनम कमा रहे थे. 1700 में मुर्शीद कुली खान बिकेम द दीवान ऑफ बंगाल. अब ये याद रखें आप, अब धीरे धीरे फैक्ट शुरू होने वाले. मुर्शीद कुली खान became the Diwan of Bengal and ruled till his death in 1787. He was succeeded by his son Sujauddin, who ruled till 1739. After 4 years, Sarfaraz Khan, an incapable son of Murshid Quli Khan, became the ruler. He was killed by Ali Vardi Khan. Ali Vardi Khan ruled till 1756 and also stopped paying tribute to the Mughal emperor. Under the rule of these rulers, Bengal made unprecedented progress. There were other factors too which made Bengal prosperous. For instance, the rest of the India was disturbed by inter-border dispute, Maratha invasion, Jat revolt, external invasion by Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali. The region of the Bengal was fortunate enough to escape these challenges. The population of Calcutta rose from 15,000 to 1 lakh, and other cities of like Dhaka and Murshidabad became highly populous. Amongst all the governors of Bengal, Bengal strongly resented the special privileges enjoyed by the English company, as it meant a huge loss to the provincial exchequers. So the friction between the English commercial interest and the Bengal government became the chief cause of the conflict between the two. During a short period between 1757 to 1765, the power gradually transferred from the Nawab of Bengal to the Britishers, with the later defeating the former. इतने लंबे समय तक पावर एंजॉय करने के बाद केवल और केवल 7-8 साल के अंदर पूरी पावर लॉस कर दी गई बंगाल ने, किसके लिए? ब्रिटिशर्स के लिए छोड़ के चले गए पूरा. ओके, अली वर्दी खान एंड द इंग्लिश. 1741 में अली वर्दी खान, द डेप्यूटी गवर्नर ऑफ बिहार, killed the Nawab of Bengal Sarfaraz Khan in the battle and certified his position as a new Subedar of the Bengal by paying large sum of money to the Mughal Emperor Muhammad Shah. Ali Vardi Khan ruled for 15 years, during which he fought off the Marathas. The English too took the advantage of the Marathas' incursion in the Bengal by obtaining a permission from the Nawab to dig a ditch and throw up an entrenchment around his settlement for the Fort William. मैं बताया था फोर्ट विलियम पहले आपको बता चुका था, एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट लोकेशन है जो होल्ड करते थे इंग्लिश. Later, Ali Vardi Khan apprehensions were drawn into the Carnatic region, where the European companies had usurped all powers. On realizing this, he was urged to expel the Europeans from the Bengal, but he died in April 1756 and was succeeded by his grandson Siraj-ud-Daulah, and son of Ali Vardi Khan's youngest daughter. अब सिराज-उद-दौला ने काम बढ़िया किया हुआ है, लेकिन आगे चल के ये बहुत अनफॉर्चुनेट हो गया. Challenges before Siraj-ud-Daulah. A youth just in his 20th year, Siraj inherited many troubles from his grandfather. He had a rival in his cousins, the Nawab of Purnia, Shaukat Jung, a hostile aunt, Ghasidi Begum, a childless widow, a rebellious commander of the army, Mir Jafar. सबसे ज़्यादा चैलेंज किसके थ्रू था? मीर जाफर के थ्रू था, बेसिकली husband of Ali Vardi Khan's sister, and an alarmed Hindu subject population. There was a dominant group in his court comprising Jagat Seth, Omi Chand Rai, Vallabh Rai Dullabh, and others who were opposed to him. To these internal rivals were added to the threat of Siraj's position from the ever-growing commercial activity of the English company. Impulsive by the nature and lacking experience, Siraj felt insecure, and this prompted him to act in a certain way which proved counterproductive. He defeated Shaukat Jung and killed him in the battle, divested Ghasidi Begum from her treasure and secured her, and dismissed Mir Jafar, appointing Mir Madan in his place. किसने मीर जाफर को डिसमिस किया था? याद रखेंगे आप, किसने किया था? सिराज-उद-दौला ने. ओके, Kashmiri officer Mohan Lal was appointed as an overall administrator, and he acted almost like the prime minister. ओके, यहाँ पे हम ये कर चुके हैं, डन. अब देखिए इतना इंपॉर्टेंट चीज क्यों बार बार बैटल ऑफ प्लासी आप पढ़ रहे होंगे, बोर हो गए होंगे, आई नो, बट आप थोड़ा समझिए कि बैटल ऑफ प्लासी हिस्ट्री में कितना इंपॉर्टेंस प्ले करता है. ये एक टर्निंग पॉइंट है. अगर मैं आपसे कहूँ कि मॉडर्न इंडिया की हिस्ट्री में कुछ टर्निंग पॉइंट्स आप बताइए, तो बैटल ऑफ प्लासी वन ऑफ द मेजर पोजीशन होल्ड करता है, राइट. फर्स्ट बैटल ऑफ पानीपत जब बाबर आया, उसके बाद चेंज ऑफ एरा हुआ. ऐसी बैटल ऑफ प्लासी भी एक इम्पॉर्टेंट एरा था, एक इम्पॉर्टेंट टाइम था जब ब्रिटिशर समझ गए थे कि अब हम इंडिया में अपना स्ट्रॉन्ग होल्ड कहीं पर भी जमा सकते हैं. इसलिए ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. इसलिए ये मल्टीपल टाइम आपको स्टेट पीएससी और यूपीएससी में कंटिन्यूसली दिखेगा पूछते हुए. तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये आप याद रखिए. ये बहुत मेजर एक एरिया है जहां पे यूपीएससी और स्टेट पीएससी क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं. बैटल ऑफ प्लासी, राइट. ओके, सो prelude to the battle. The officials of the company made rampant misuse of its trading privileges that adversely affected the Nawab's finance. The English fortified Calcutta without the Nawab's permission. The company further tried to mislead him and compound their sins by giving the asylum to a political fugitive, Krishna Das, son of Raj Ballabh, who fled with the immense treasure against the Nawab's will. The company, on its part, suspected that the Siraj would drastically reduce state privileges in the collision with the French in Bengal. Thus, when Siraj attacked and seized English fort at Calcutta, it brought their hostility into open. Mention may be made here of much propagated black hole tragedy. सिराजुद्दौला की इससे एक नाम से जुड़ी हुई एक ब्लैक होल ट्रेजेडी है. ओके, तो क्या है ये ब्लैक होल ट्रेजेडी? अब ये देखिए, यूपीएससी का पीवाईक्यू है ब्लैक होल ट्रेजेडी. सिराजुद्दौला के नाम पे एक दाग टाइप का है ब्लैक होल ट्रेजेडी. यूपीएससी में पीवाईक्यू पूछा गया कि ब्लैक होल ट्रेजेडी किससे रिलेटेड है, तो इंग्लिश और सिराजुद्दौला से रिलेटेड है. क्या हुआ था इस ब्लैक होल ट्रेजेडी में, ऐसा कुछ करके पूछा गया स्टेटमेंट के फॉर्म में. ब्लैक होल ट्रेजेडी मेंशन्ड है यूपीएससी के पीवाईक्यू में, तो इट मेक्स ए इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, राइट. ब्लैक होल ट्रेजेडी में क्या किया था? सिराजुद्दौला इज बिलीव टू हैव imprisoned 146 English prisoners who were lodged in a very tiny room, due to which 123 of them died of suffocation. However, historians either do not believe the story or say that number of victims must have been much smaller. ठीक है, इसके बाद थोड़ा सा बैटल मोड में चले गए थे. रॉबर्ट क्लाइव आए और फिर बैटल लड़ा इनसे, राइट. तो अब बैटल में एक्चुअल क्या हुआ था? क्लाइव ऑफ ए स्ट्रॉन्ग फोर्स अंडर द अराइवल ऑफ ए स्ट्रॉन्ग फोर्स अंडर द कमांडर रॉबर्ट क्लाइव एट कलकत्ता. अब ये है बिहार पीएससी का प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन. बिहार पीएससी का प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन कौन सा है कि बैटल ऑफ प्लासी में इंग्लिश को कौन लीड कर रहे थे? रॉबर्ट क्लाइव एट कैलकाटा फ्रॉम, ये याद रखेंगे, रॉबर्ट क्लाइव at Calcutta from Madras strengthened the English position in Bengal. Clive forged a secret alliance with the traitors of the Nawab. मीर जाफर, जिसको नवाब ने निकाल दिया, सिराजुद्दौला ने निकाल दिया था. राय दुर्लभ जाट से जगत सेठ, ओमी चंद, ठीक है. अंडर द डील मीर जाफर was to be made the Nawab, who in turn would reward the company for its services. The secret alliance of the company with the conspirator further strengthened the English position. So the English victory at the Battle of Plassey was decided just before the battle was actually even fought. Due to the conspiracy of Nawab officials, 50,000 strong forces of Siraj was defeated by a handful of Clive forces. Sirajuddaulah was captured and murdered by the order of Mir Jafar's son Miran. The Battle of Plassey placed at the disposal of English vast resources of Bengal. After Plassey, the English virtually monopolized the trade commerce of Bengal. इसलिए बोल रहे थे जो 60% ऑफ द ट्रेड प्रोमिनेट करता था बंगाल, अब पूरा का पूरा हाथ में आ गया था इंग्लिश के. सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है इसका? एज अ रिजल्ट द विक्ट्री द मीर जाफर बिकेम द नवाब ऑफ बंगाल एंड ही गेव लार्ज सम ऑफ मनी प्लस द जमींदारी ऑफ 24 परगनास टू द इंग्लिश. किसने दिया था? मीर जाफर ने. ओके, द बैटल ऑफ प्लासी है पॉलिटिकल सिग्निफिकेंस फॉर इट लेड फाउंडेशन ऑफ द ब्रिटिश एम्पायर इन इंडिया. ये लिखा हुआ, लेड द फाउंडेशन ऑफ ब्रिटिश एम्पायर इन इंडिया. It had been rightly regarded as the starting point of British rule in India. आप देख रहे हैं कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है. The battle established the military supremacy of the English in Bengal. Their main rival, the French, were ousted. They obtained a grant of territories for the maintenance of the properly equipped military forces, and their prestige increased manifold. But there was no apparent change in the form of government, though the supreme control of affairs passed to Clive, on whose support the new Nawab Mir Jafar was entirely dependent for maintaining his newly acquired position. The sovereignty of the English over Calcutta was recognized, and the English posted as resident at the Nawab's court. Okay, now Mir Qasim and the Treaty of 1760. PYQ है ये, ठीक है. यूपीपीसीएस का PYQ, यूपीपीसीएस क्या है PYQ देखिए, बताता हूँ आपको. Mir Jafar was increasingly interested by the interference of Clive. Increasingly irritated by the interference of Clive, he entered into conspiracy with Dutch at Chinsora, but the Dutch were defeated and humbled by the English forces at Bidar. Battle of Bidar पढ़ा था हमने, ठीक है, यही है. Dutch versus English था, Battle of Bidar 17. The treachery of Mir Jafar and his failure to make the payment due to the company annoyed the English. Meanwhile, Miran, the son of Jafar, died, and there started a fight of Nawabship of Bengal between Mir Qasim, the son-in-law of Mir Jafar, and Miran's son. है ना. Vansitrat, the new governor of Calcutta, agreed to support Mir Qasim's claim after the treaty between Mir Qasim and the company was signed in 1760. Okay, important features of the treaty. एक treaty साइन करी गई थी मीर कासिम प्लस कंपनी के बीच में, मीर कासिम एंड द कंपनी के बीच. इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर ऑफ द ट्रीटी क्या थे? मीर कासिम एग्री टू सीट द कंपनी द डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफ बर्दवान, मिंदापुर एंड चिटागांव. The company would get half of the shares of Chunam trade of the Sylhet. Mir Qasim agreed to pay off outstanding dues to the company. Mir Qasim promised to pay some of the 5 lakh rupees towards financing the company war efforts in the southern India. It was agreed that Mir Qasim's enemies were the company's enemies and his friends were the company's friends. It was agreed that the tenant of the Nawab territory would not be allowed to settle in the land of the company or vice versa. Under the pressure of the company, Mir Jafar decided to resign in favor of Mir Qasim. A pension of 1500 रुपये, सिर्फ 1500 रुपये per annum was fixed for Mir Jafar. ठीक है, step taken by Mir Qasim. Mir Qasim was the ablest Nawab among the successor of Ali Vardi Khan. After assuming power, Mir Qasim shifted the capital from Murshidabad to Munger in Bihar. UPPCS का ये क्वेश्चन जो मैं आपको बोल रहा था, UPPCS PYQ, ओके, UPPCS का ये किसने अपनी कैपिटल मुर्शिदाबाद से मुंगेर शिफ्ट करी थी? मुर्शिदाबाद से मुंगेर मीर कासिम ने, ओके, ये PYQ है, अब याद रखेंगे. Okay, the move was taken to allow safe distance from the company in Calcutta. His other important steps were reorganizing the bureaucracy with the man of his own choice and remodeling the army to enhance its skills and efficiency. Battle of Buxar. ऑल स्टेट PSC में पूछा जा चुका है एक प्रकार से. ऑल मतलब मैं ज़्यादा ऐसे बोल रहा हूँ, बट यूके यानी कि उत्तराखंड, यूपी, बिहार, MP और CG छत्तीसगढ़, ये सारी PSC के क्वेश्चन है. ये PYQ बैटल ऑफ बक्सर हर PSC में प्लस UPSC का PYQ है. ओके, ये आप याद रखेंगे, इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है ये. एक बैटल ऑफ बक्सर, बैटल ऑफ प्लासी, बैटल ऑफ बक्सर. बैटल्स वैसे भी बहुत ही ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है हर जगह, राइट. सो prelude to the battle. The company had thought that Mir Qasim would prove to be an ideal puppet for them. However, Mir Qasim believed that the exceptions belied the exceptions of the company. Ram Narayan, the deputy governor of Bihar, was not responding to repeated requests by the Nawab to submit the account of the revenue of Bihar. Mir Qasim could not tolerate this open defiance of his authority, but Ram Narayan was supported by the English officials at Patna. The misuse of companies dastak, and dastak means permits or trade permits, and a permit which exempted the goods specified for the payment of duties. मतलब कुछ goods थे जिन पे टैक्स नहीं लग रहा था, ठीक है, ड्यूटीज नहीं लग रही थी. But company of officials also resulted in tension between the Nawab and English. अब टेंशन बढ़ रही है नवाब और इंग्लिश के बीच में. The misuse of the dastak meant the loss of the tax revenue to the Nawab. It also made the local merchants face unequal competition with the company merchant. By an imperial firman, the English company had obtained the right to trade in Bengal without paying transit dues and tolls. However, the servants of the company also claimed that the same privileges for their private trade. The company's servants also sold dastak to Indian merchants for the commission. Besides, they used coercive methods to get goods at cheaper rates, which was against the spirit of the duty-free trade. The duty-free trade simply meant buying cheap in an otherwise competitive market. Mir Qasim decided to abolish the duties altogether, but the British protested against this and insisted upon having a preferential treatment as against the other traders. The Nawab's company tussle over transit duty led to the outbreak of the war. Nawab company tussle यानी नवाब यानी कि मीर कासिम और कंपनी के बीच में जो टसल थी, that led to the outbreak of the war between English and Mir Qasim in 1763. The English gained successive victories at Kathua, Murshidabad, Giria, Suti, and Munger. Mir Qasim fled to Awadh and formed a confederacy with the Nawab of Awadh, Siraj-ud-Dawla. Siraj-ud-Dawla नहीं है, Siraj-ud-Dawla है, and Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II with a view to recover Bengal from English. ठीक है, अब बैटल आप समझ रहे हैं किसके बीच में होने वाला है. बेसिकली बैटल स्टार्ट ऑफ कोर्स हो गया है, बट कौन कौन पोल होने वाला है? सुजाउद्दौला और आगे चल के शाह आलम, मुगल एम्परर टू शाह आलम टू. ठीक है, सो दैट्स इट फॉर टुडे दिस वीडियो. इसके आगे हम अगले वाले पार्ट में पढ़ेंगे. सो से कनेक्टेड.